Welcome to Go Get That Rose. Oh my God. That episode was crazy last night. We broke the Bachelor. Just kidding. Claire broke the Bachelorette. But we're going to talk about it. I am your host, Sarah. With me, as always, my trustful sidekick, J Wade.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
We vastly disagree on this, on everything that went down.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we could not be on more opposite ends of this one.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'd like to just, I don't know if this like kills the fun of the show, but something that I've noticed, like I've watched, like I think I counted like 10 seasons between Bachelorette, Bachelor, Paradise and stuff since July, just been like binging all these shows, is that the show is very formulaic, like all reality TV show is. But there is a lot of like producer influence. And I think that's kind of important to keep in mind, especially with what's going on with Clare, that I feel like a lot of the stuff is very heavily produced. Not her reactions, not the way she handled certain things. She still chose, like you said, she still chooses how she reacts with the men and what she says and stuff like that. But some things I still kind of feel like are obviously, like, and a lot of this episode is produced to get higher reactions out of the guys and stuff like that. So I just want to keep that in mind, just because I know Clare, not just from us, but from a lot of people, is getting a lot of hate. And I don't necessarily think it's all her fault. I think she is getting kind of screwed over a little bit by just how she's getting edited. Not completely. She's still, I see you rolling your eyes. I just think, and I'll bring up specific examples, but that's just, I just want to keep that going forward.
Right.
She's still a human being.
I've calmed down. Like, you
and I'm not just saying you or blaming you.
Very politely put me in check earlier this morning.
I did.
It took me a little bit to realize that you did. I was like, wait a minute, man. Did she just put me in? Like, did she just check me? And I went back and reread it, and I was like, man, yeah, I was a little bit harsh there.
It was a little hot, and I knew that you just watched the episode, so you were very like.
Oh, I was in the middle. I was typing as I'm watching it, so it's going out in real time.
So I was like, oh, he'll calm down, but then you were just like going in, and I was like, oh no.
I hate her.
You're like, I hate every message. It's like, I hate her. I hate her. I was like, oh, no. Oh, okay. Here we go. So yeah, Clare blew up the Bachelorette yesterday. And okay, so I guess just what did you think of this episode overall?
I think that we got, in my opinion, we saw her true colors. I think she's selfish and she's disrespectful and inconsiderate of others. She has no respect for the process of what she agreed to. She didn't respect the other competitors and what they had given up and put on hold to be there. Yes, it is the Bachelorette, but it is not all about her, and she thinks she is the center of it all, and she's not. There are other people there, and their feelings matter too, their lives matter too, and she just shit on everybody, in my personal opinion. There's a way to do things, and there's a way not to do things.
That was very nice compared to what you were saying.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
I'm very proud. I thought it was a really good episode, of course. I mean, it's what we've been literally waiting for this whole time. I thought they definitely delivered on the drama. There was a lot of things that, now thinking about, that really kind of upset me production-wise. I think maybe I'm just cynical now because like I said, I've just been watching so many seasons where I'm just like, and just hearing other like actual leads and contestants talk about how in the editing room, like they will cut lines and cut things. Like things are not always how they seem. And I feel like that is a little bit of what's going on. But I don't know. I still really like Claire. This is how we're different. I really like Claire. Like, and maybe it's because I've literally watched everything she's been on, and I don't think this is the worst that she's been. And I don't know if that's like
That's terrible, then. That's terrible.
I really think she's like chilled. Like, I don't know. I really like Claire, and I really liked this episode. I mean, it's not a spoiler. I liked at the end that we spent some time with Tayshia and they didn't completely, I mean, they did, but they didn't completely, like, it didn't end with her getting out the limo. It ended with her walking in, which I was okay with because I'm like, oh, this is a cool setup to what the new journey. Yeah, before we jump into Tayshia though, like, when you were watching it, like, did you kind of feel like a breath of fresh air coming in, like, once we saw Tayshia, or was that just me? Because I was like,
well, I loved Tayshia on Bachelor in Paradise. Just absolutely loved her. But then at that reunion episode, she really turned me off.
Yeah.
On the tell-all episode, she just really turned me off. But I don't know if like it's one of those where deep down I'm like, I'm gonna give her another chance because I like her and I think she might be really good, and or if it's because Claire turned me off so much that just like I'm totally stoked for Tayshia. But either way, she's definitely getting a second chance from me, and I mean, yeah. So I am excited that she's on here now. I think she has a really, really fun and outgoing and quirky sense of humor. Yeah. And I think that's going to be awesome.
I think she's going to be really entertaining. I didn't really like her when she was on Colton's season of The Bachelor. She just seemed I mean, that's the kind of person she is, like, very well put together. They didn't show a lot of her fun side, if I remember. I mean, they did, like, crazy stuff, but she wasn't as, like, kind of quirky, like you said. But in Paradise, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if I liked her the whole time, but there are definitely parts that we were like, I don't love her. But watching her, I mean, I guess I'm skipping ahead, but I'm excited for what's to come with her. We'll talk more about it when we get there. Oh God. Okay, let's just jump.
There was a lot that happened in like the first hour and 15.
Basically, yeah, like
minutes.
Yeah, because the last like 15 minutes was Tayshia. So like there is a lot. I did not expect so much. Okay, so let's just get into it. My husband actually watched half of it with me. Nice. Which I was like, this is nice. This is a bad episode to start on, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we start with the conversation, which I didn't know how the Chris conversation would go, because some people were speculating that maybe they'd have another date and the men would be really upset and then they pull her aside. But no, they just kind of start with kicking her out of Bachelorette. Yeah, so we got a picture of Chris Harrison was in this episode a lot. He was like a second lead going on.
That right there is his tell me the truth. Don't fuck with me. We've been friends for years. This ain't the show anymore. This is you and me home sitting here having a conversation. That's the look on his face right there.
I've been hearing a lot of speculation that
it's true. It's all true. Sorry.
Oh, so you're going to agree with me that they were trying to push her out?
Oh, well, I do agree to that to an extent too. I think she was disrespecting the process and production and everybody involved, and I think they were just kind of like, hey, screw this broad, man. Let's get her out of here.
I did. Well, she said, I rewatched the episode like I always do, and she said even before Chris comes, she was like, I really respect this process. She said it multiple times throughout the episode. 100%
speak louder than words, my friend.
That's true. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a sucker because every time she talks, I truly believe her.
No, I can see it in your eyes right now. You're just like,
I literally believe everything she says. Is that I don't know. I just really it must be because I've seen her in everything.
Right.
Like maybe that's just what she is crazy. Like she is a little bit crazy. Obviously. I don't know. They had a conversation and I mean I don't know. Chris basically was like, look, the guys are pissed. Like, they're mad at you. They're picking it up. And to me, I guess watching it the first time, I wasn't like, oh yeah, Claire is devastated that she's not, or kind of feels like she's getting pushed out. But watching it again, I was like, okay, like the wording that he's using is kind of like, okay, so like you're done. Like that's basically what he says, like, because she was like, where do we go from here? He's like, okay, well, like you're done. Like, what do you want to do now? Like, not really giving her the option anymore.
Right.
Which is kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know. Like this, the whole thing, I go back and forth on if production and the Chris Harrison and the people actually care about their leads finding love, or if they care more about the TV aspect of it. And in this case, and especially when it comes to, okay, so like they do the date, whatever. The very next day, Chris is like, proposal, like instantly is like, okay, next step, proposal. Where neither of them, like, I'm sure that's what Claire wanted, but that's what shocked me is that I don't think we expected watching it that.
I did, because you got to think, man, they're there for a reason, and the end goal is a proposal. Yes. You know, even though she found love or whatever, which is complete bullshit, dude. Even though she found love before the process was over, they're not going to just be like, okay, well, now you guys go off and date on your own. They're going to be like, well, is this a guy you want? And she said yes, and they're going to be like, all right, then there's going to be a proposal. We're going to end this the way we normally end it.
Yeah, I guess
so I wasn't surprised by that at all.
I was. I guess, yeah, when you say it like that, of course, like obviously, like that is really, you're right. That's what the show is about. That's what she signed up for, was to get proposal. And I wonder if it's probably one of those things that's like, okay, if you want to leave the show, if you want to screw over this process because you found the person, like you have to get a proposal. Like I made a joke last night that like Neil Lane was already there. He's been quarantining for 2 weeks. They had to pay this man to come out. And all of a sudden, like, come on. Like, he needs to show off his rings. So yeah, it just, the whole way it was like handled kind of rubbed me the wrong way, where he was like, okay, this is one of my things that I just feel like it's a little sketchy, because Chris goes back to the guys and is like, there's no rose ceremony, no cocktail party. Dale, come with me. See you tomorrow. Like they purposely withhold information from these guys to make them more angry towards Claire. And a lot of past contestants have said, like, that's a producer's job. They'll come up to you and be like, and tell you things to get reactions out of you. And they'll say like, oh, the lead's really into you, or the lead wants to come, or Claire wants to talk to you. And which has probably happened with the incident last week, or you know what I mean? So these producers might be telling them like, oh, Claire, like, you don't know what they're telling them. I'm not saying that Claire is in the clear completely. I'm just saying I don't think it was up to her to not right away go tell these guys what's going on, or not. I'm sure they're trying to keep her busy and keep them separated. And Chris purposely, even when it came to the new Bachelorette, like, he never told them who it was or anything, because they're just trying to get reactions out of them. Like, that's what makes good TV. So.
Yeah, but I did notice two things as far as what you're saying here that were totally on Claire. The first being, well, Jason has very good reason to be upset. And the main reason he doesn't even know the extent of how upset he has the right to be, because he doesn't know what we know until it aired the other night, that before their date, when he did bear all and open up to her.
Yeah, before he did do the work.
Is when she had her conversation with her friend and admitted, like, you know, like, Dale's the one, you know.
No, that was with the other guy.
Oh, it was?
That was with the butt ring guy.
Butt ring guy?
That was with Zach, the one that like grabbed her.
Oh, all right.
He's the one that he like threw the rock and stuff.
Never mind. You know me and names, and half of these guys have beards. I can't tell who they are.
I mean, but you still make a good point were like, we know the information as the audience that she's crazy about Dale and all this stuff, but from their point of view, they have no idea what's going on.
Well, they should. How can they? They are blind and fools.
But I don't think that's completely her fault. I don't think.
No, but I'm saying like them sitting there, they know.
Oh, yeah.
They see what's going on, but they're all sitting there. One, they're sitting there questioning what's going on, and two, they're sitting there like actually talking about how they still have a chance.
Yeah,
and it's like, you guys are fucking fools. You're idiots.
Yeah, especially so. We'll just jump into Blake. Blake was. Here he is. He was cracking me up, but bothering me so much during this episode. I just want to read the one thing that he said. I wrote some notes and I wrote, Blake was wrong with everything he said. And when Chris pulls Dale out and all the guys are kind of talking, I think in that moment they should have realized like it's over. Like
and when he didn't come back for 18 hours.
18 hours. I think there's some of them. I mean, like even when they announced like we're going to continue on, like a lot of them were like, okay, we didn't really get to know Claire to begin with.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was a little surprised that Jason felt so deeply about Claire. I don't know. I guess they did have like the deepest date and really the only group date connection. Like I guess he was the only guy she really had a connection with. I think Blake thought they had a connection, but I really don't think they did.
No.
At all. But Blake said, this is my favorite thing.
I'm sorry, hold on. I want to put this up while you read this because he just looks like a sad puppy.
He looks so sad this whole episode. Blake, when they're standing over there and they take Dale, he goes, Dale is not her guy. Fuck that. It's so fucking early. I'm telling you right now, there's a bunch of good dudes in here. She hasn't made up her mind early, so get that out of your head because fuck that. And I'm just like, oh no.
Wow.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. Sorry for all of that.
It sounds to me like he's a sore loser, man.
He said something that I was listening to another podcast and they brought it up and they were like, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way too. Is when I forget what point it was. I think it was when she said, when she came and talked back to them later and was like, I'm leaving with Dale or whatever. He says something like, yeah, I put in the work. I bought a book about Alzheimer's and dementia so I could connect with her. And she didn't even put anything back in return or something. That really kind of rubbed me the wrong way because like it sounded so entitled to me. And maybe he didn't mean to come off that way, but it sounded super entitled where like, I put in the work. I bought these books. Like she didn't ask you to do that. Like she doesn't owe you anything. Like she doesn't
well, other than respect and honesty.
Yeah. But I mean, she doesn't owe you time because you put in extra effort. Like you're going on a dating show to get to know her. Like you should put in the effort. You know what I mean? Like
dude, I've been on so many dates and I didn't get laid at the end and I didn't bitch about it.
It's just like, it was just one of those things that's like, okay. And like, I don't know. It just kind of, I was a little turned off by Blake this episode.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Well, at one point too, he was like, basically, I had written it down, his quote, but basically he's like, she doesn't even know him. And I'm thinking, you don't even know her.
You don't know her.
What are you talking about?
I don't even know how many of these guys have watched. I mean, granted, it's a little different than past seasons, but how many of these guys have actually watched this show? Because they're all so shocked.
Hot. Remember him? That was all he knew about her, was she was hot.
Oh, yeah. Brandon. For real. Yeah, that also drove me nuts because they kept saying like, they kept cutting back and forth between the date and the guys are like, he's not the one that she wants husband material. He's not it. And I'm like, tell us why. Give me details. Like,
yeah, don't just sit there and shit talk somebody because you're losing, dude. That's not cool.
Yeah,
I mean, if you legit think that, then give us some reasons as to why. If you can't, then you're just bitching for no reason.
I feel like if they actually had reasons, they would have shown that. Like, they would have edited that in to be like, here's why. Because I honestly do not think, I mean, I don't know. They still gave us the proposal and stuff at the end, but it really did kind of feel like and now here's Tasha, and everything's gonna be better, and let's forget that, and let's be happy now. Like, you know what I mean? And so we did have the date, and she looked smoking in that dress. Just saying, love that dress. They had their one-on-one date. I just want to say, poor Dale. I feel so bad for this man. He's just he just seems like a little. He seems head in the clouds, like, and he, I guess, has admitted that he's never watched the show before, which I was like, oh no. He multiple times before the proposal was just like, we're gonna take things slow. There's no pressure. I was like, you don't know what you signed up for.
I'm sorry, got to backtrack just 1 second here. Never watched the show before. That's like someone who has never played a game of baseball coming in for his very first at bat, hitting a grand slam home run to win the game. You know what I mean? What the hell is going on here?
That's impressive, my man.
Talk about an easy win, dude. That
real.
Dude shit his first go round. Had no idea what's going on this show, how it really works. And he fucking won after like 12 days. Dude, you gotta kudos for that. Come on, dude.
Game. He's a winner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really do feel like they had like their dinner talk, and other people have pointed out that like there's no music anymore. Like they just don't put any of that like background music during the dates, which is really eerie because that is huge. I mean, in everything, like editing and music is a huge part. So it was like kind of weird. I don't know. They talked about love of their parents and very similar stories. I can't. Here's the thing, like, I can't talk shit about them getting engaged after 12 days because, like, I mean, I got engaged after, like, barely 2 months of dating, and we're still together. So, like, I can't.
You guy for longer than 12 days.
True. I did know him for, like, 2 years, and we did work together every day.
You were able to get to know him on some level,
That's
at least,
true.
over an extended amount of time.
But, like, to be fair, like, it's not, never mind, not to be fair, it's not the same. She did say that she like stalked him on everything.
Yeah, that just,
and
it just
like
rubs me raw how she did this whole thing. It comes off to me like she ended up getting into this guy beforehand, and she used the fucking show to meet this one guy, and that is completely disrespectful to and everyone.
Yeah, I can't argue that because I mean, she even like
Clare is psycho and Blake is creepy.
That's how I feel. Dale is a goober. That's exactly it. You put it into words. I just feel like he's so just like, I'm gonna go along with the process. And like, right. Especially when he's sitting down in the room by himself and Chris Harrison comes in. And before that, he's like, we're gonna take it slow. And Chris Harrison's like, she wants a proposal.
Right.
I was like,
he looks a little like, even up to like when she's talking to him, there was a second there when like at the proposal when she's talking to him when I was like, dude, like he's not gonna go through with it. I was like, holy shit, man. Which he did end up going through with it, I mean, he just there. You can tell, like you said, there are moments where you can see it on his face. He's just kind of like, dude, what the hell is going on right now?
I said to my husband that I feel like with Dale, a lot of it, because I mean, they did say that they loved each other, they fell in love with each other. I don't really know. But I feel like a lot of the time he's just caught up in the Bachelor bubble. And that's what they said. Like, he's there, his feelings are amplified for her that probably 100 times more than normal because she's solely focused on him. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure right now, like he's there or in the bubble, they were just like madly in love with each other, but I don't know.
Yeah. She fell in love with his social media profile, which we all know is not someone's real identity. Very true. But even if she hadn't known him, you know, fallen in love or known anything about him before the profile, I still go back to, I'm sorry, dude, but like, 30 days, even if it gone like a full 30, 31 days, like,
so
yes,
good.
you can have feelings for someone, but I mean, you do not know this person. You don't know them. How can you say you're in love with them? It's beyond me. I
I
don't
think
get it.
that's what one of the guys said. I think they were like adding all the time together. They've spent like 2 hours together or something like that, like a cumulative. I forget one of the guys said that, but they said they were falling in love with each other. They had their overnight date. Here's the picture. That's not a great picture.
Yeah, it is. Look, the
A
little
nipple.
the little kitty milker.
Oh my
Never
God.
mind.
Do
Sorry.
you think? No, this might be crass.
I
Never
thought that
mind.
was a sweet picture. I mean, even though I don't like how she's acting, it's sweet. They're
Well, we
snuggled
did
up
like show up with the
together.
red dress on the floor.
I almost got that one, but I wanted to see some skin. I'll be honest.
Scandalous.
Yes, she's
um, yeah.
scandalous.
I mean, do we have anything else really to say about Claire and Dale? I guess we can talk about. I honestly don't even. I didn't finish my rewatch of the episode. I kind of zoned out by the proposal time. I'm going to be honest. Don't. I don't know who said what. I know several times she was like, Dale reminds me of my father, and she's very teary eyed. And I don't know. It kind of got me. I'm going to be honest. I was like, this is beautiful. There he is proposing. And then we have it is a nice picture. Like they do make a cute couple. Like, can we?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
yeah.
know.
For
The
being
other
a
thing,
couple of fools who think they're in love with each other. I'm just gonna say this, dude. I
say it.
don't. To wrap up all of my feelings about Claire in this season, right here. Um, I'm not speaking to her character as a person, like for real, because for real we don't know nothing about her.
Yes,
But based on what we saw from her, and I'm not saying like
persona.
not what the producers and editors showed us, but what we actually saw, her words, how she treated people, how she was just not honest. She was selfish. She was disrespectful, not only to the guys, but to the game. The biggest thing that fucking pissed me off was when she's talking to them all, and the one dude's like, I think it was Kenny,
Oh, I
was
wasn't
like,
done talking.
you owe us an apology, because he said you owe us an apology, and not for love, not for finding love, but because of how you treated us. Then she went on the defensive, gave a very insincere apology, and then proceeded to not apologize for love, which he said we're not talking about the love, which shows me that she is fucking selfish. She's just, I can't. I'm sorry, but I just from what I've seen of her actions and how she's treated the process and these other guys who gave up a lot to go there, she is a mess, dude. And I would never date this broad. I see red flags coming out of everywhere.
Well, she's off the market. No.
No. I honestly though, this is all so effing ridiculous. I hope. I'm sorry, however this comes off, but I'm me.
Uh-oh.
I hope that they fucking don't end up together. I hope that
So
by
mean.
the time, I hope by the time we get to the freaking like tell all thing next week, I hope it's live, like current
It's not gonna
day.
be live.
Well, at least current day. I hope it's present day, and I hope we find out that they have split up. Screw them, because he's a terrible liar, and he sucks. And how dare a man play a game for the very first time he knows nothing about and win? That's stupid too. That pisses me off as a guy. And just she's just terrible. I hope they don't work.
Go off, Jay Wade.
That's it. I'm done talking about Claire.
Okay. Real quick to all my Harry Potter fans, she said that her parents' name was James and Lily, which I'm very ashamed of myself. I did not catch that. I was like, oh my god, that's Harry Potter's parents' names. That's insane. Just a little weird side note. And another thing that I don't think anyone besides me and probably 4 other people that actually watch Listen to Your Heart, the 2 people that sang to their serenaded them were the winners from Listen to Your Heart. The Bachelor.
Really?
Yeah, Chris and Bree were the winners of The Bachelor's Listen to Your Heart. Crap. What's that movie? A Star is Born music show. They tried to do that. Literally no one watched. And you can listen to all our recaps. Me and Kristen. Oh gosh. You can listen to all our recaps of us recapping that entire show.
Those episodes, I opted out, but I edited them, so I listened to them, and it was fun.
Oh yeah, they won. They are actually a couple together, and they're super. They got really screwed over because the winners were supposed to get like a 6-city tour, and the show ended right as Corona started.
So maybe they'll end up doing that show again, since it seemingly was successful the first go round, as far as their couple found love. So
that's true.
I don't know if the music writing part of it was successful or not. I don't
think it was their own. It sounded like it was like their own song, and the song was good. So they put out like an album and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little Easter egg for all those fans out there. Yeah, so we'll wrap up. I mean, you kind of talked about it a little bit. We'll wrap up the Clare and Dale stuff, and with her apologizing to the men that she would not apologize for love.
When he stated just before that he didn't want an apology for love. See, that's what bothers me. He said, he made it clear, I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about how you treated us. And then she got defensive as if she had not treated them poorly whatsoever. How dare you? I'm sorry if I treated you bad.
She did say, no, but she did say that. She said, I'm sorry if I treated you.
But the way she said it was completely shitty and insincere.
Yeah, I guess. Insincere.
And then she brings up the insincere. And then she brings up right after that, reinforces I'm not apologizing for the love, when the dude said that he started out by saying I'm not.
Okay. So it's my turn to go off.
That shows her personality, dude.
Let me go off on Kenny. I do not like this guy at all. This man is 39 years old. He's a boy band manager. What the hell is that? I just don't like his look. He just comes off so like sketchy to me, and the whole time he's just talking shit about her, which I guess like whatever, but I'm like, did you even connect with her? And he even said like we didn't have a chance to connect because all she cared about was Dale.
But that's his point. He was very.
I know that's that. Okay, I guess I don't know. I just didn't like him.
Everything he was saying there, I don't think he was being shitty at all. I think he was stating facts. That they all went there and had a chance to win her as a prize in this game of fake love, and that she cheated them out of playing that game the right way. She treated them like shit.
But I don't think she. Okay.
That he was just speaking truth, girl.
Okay, he was speaking truth, but I still think he was a dick, and I didn't like him. And I'm sure. I think he even said stuff like when they were. Before they announced Tayshia. I don't know. I can't see him getting along with Tayshia at all. I feel like he's probably going to end up being the villain. I just didn't like him. And, the one thing I noticed and that other people are talking about.
Sorry, that's about Kenny. He lives in Chicago. A lot of boy bands in Chicago. Sounds like an actor who works off Broadway.
off Broadway. Yo, straight truth. The other thing I want to bring up real quick about that whole speech he had is that we never saw him say it. Like, we didn't see him say it. Like, they kept cutting away to other people's reactions and just the audio, and then it would cut back to him when he was done. That's a little sketchy to me.
Right.
Like, did he actually say it? Was it cut together? Was it that? Because he was, like, kind of going off. And... Yeah, but her reaction to it was, she was a little snarky. But honestly, she could have been a whole lot worse. Like, she could have been going off, but she wasn't. So I wondered if it was kind of edited together to make it seem more like, because I mean, at this point, the show has to be edited to kind of show like this is falling apart. The men are at rock bottom. What's going to happen from here? Like, you want to keep the viewers and people like, I feel like the flip of this episode was really just, now we care so much about these guys and what's going to happen to them. And you know what I mean? And I feel like
really, it's almost, even though they've introduced Tayshia, it's almost like the show is about the guys' journey at this point. It's no, and Tayshia's just the new fill-in so that we can continue the guys' journey. It's really actually quite interesting, to be honest. I'm not hating it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that felt that way. Because I was like, I feel like they're really framing this as like, we're here now to help one of these guys finds love, and not so much now we're here to help Tayshia find love. But before we get into that with Tayshia, let's take a quick break and see some promos of other shows that you can find on this channel.
Hey everybody, Sean and Wade here to tell you about our new review show following each episode of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian.
Dude, yes, Boba Fett!
Not exactly, Wade. Set in the Star Wars universe, The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi and follows a Mandalorian bounty hunter beyond the reaches of the New Republic.
Yeah, Boba Fett.
Did you even watch Return of the Jedi? Never mind. Join us here every week on the Merc with the Movie blog feed. Thank God Kaylin will be here too. I don't think I can handle Wade on my own.
Hey, Jay Wade here to tell you about SEN After Live, our SEN Live After show where we talk about, well, whatever Christian, Brett, and the rest of the crew talk about and the insanity that ensues. So join us each week here on the Merc with the Movie blog feed on your podcasting platforms, as well as YouTube now on the SEN After Live channel. Talk to you then.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean. You guys might know me on this feed from co-hosting Beyond the Screen, but now here at Merc with the Movie blog, we have started a brand new show exclusively for video games called Game Over Screen. So join me every week with my co-hosts.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Brendan.
And I'm Tyler.
As we talk about everything video game related, and when we, I guess, get to the Game Over Screen. I don't know, I don't have a good pun for that, but the joke is that we're going to die a lot in that game.
Well, you might.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hey guys, it's Sean. I wanted to tell you guys about the new show I'm hosting, the Harry Potter Review Show. Every other week, I'm joined by some combination of Kaylin, Sarah, and one guest that has never read the books. We discuss one movie per episode and break down what we love about them, what we don't love about them, and the differences from the books to the movies. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you guys will tune in to check it out. Until then, mischief managed.
How dare you question my love when you just said 5 seconds ago that you weren't questioning my love? Ugh, how
that sounds just like her.
My love after 12 days.
I was so confused. I'm like, did I forget to click it? Thank you, Claire. I have a couple more. Oh, make sure you go check out those shows. Those have a great time. I have a couple things I forgot to mention before we move on to Tayshia. Crap. The one thing I did not like at the end of her conversation is when she asked the guys for hugs. I did not like that. I'm like, girl, just leave. Just get out.
And how weak were they really? I mean, I'm sorry. They were so weak pandering to her.
They were all like, we're so happy. Well, the one guy was like, I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything. And I was like, that's honest.
It was pathetic display of being a man.
A few of them were just like, I'm so happy for you. I was like, no, you're not.
They were kissing her ass because they want to be the fallback guy when Dale doesn't work. And I'm saying that as a male who has done that many times before with females. They just want to be the fallback guy.
During the proposal, there's a couple things. So when he gets down on, he like gets on a knee and then he goes to get up before he puts the ring on her. And she's like, no, get back down, and like pushes him down.
Oh, and this is like, making up to be a great one.
She's like, I've been waiting a long time for this. And I just want to be like, girl, you got engaged on Winter Games. Like, why is this whole show trying to make us forget that she got engaged in the Bachelor sphere before? Like, and apparently they've interviewed her with oh my god, Benoit, like, for the show, but they cut all that stuff out. And like, there's a rumor going around that, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Who pays? Oh, I will bring that up. I actually know the answer for that. Whatever episode that they were doing the roast, that apparently, oh, that was last week. Apparently, there was a clip that she said, like, how dare they make fun, or they pick on my fiance.
Yes, you did. I heard it.
Well, apparently there's rumors going around that that's edited, and she said, how dare they make fun of my ex-fiance, because I guess they were also bringing up jokes about Benoit as well, and kind of like cracking jokes at both of them, but they didn't show any of that. And they edited it for her to say fiance. I don't know if I completely believe that, because I feel like that's pretty, like, I don't know, like, okay, like, I don't know. I could see her saying, like, my fiance.
Yeah, Louis Monet, our friend from Schmoes of the North.
Oh
Poor guy is gonna be whipped. He is.
Yeah.
She, dude. I don't know if she's a strong woman like she keeps saying, or if she's just fucking like demanding and like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well, Kaylin has 2 questions I want to get to real quick. In most seasons, do you have this much footage of the Bachelor, Bachelorette talking to producers? Yes and no. I think it really depends. Really, they'll use it to kind of push the plot along, like you were saying. In Hannah B season, we kind of saw her talking to them a couple of times, kind of to deal with Luke. I feel like we see it a lot this season. More than normal. But I mean, they will. And other leads have come out and said, like, we've had some of the same conversations that she had, as far as saying, like, can we kind of wrap this up? I'm ready to go home. But they just haven't shown some of that. But with Clare, they have showed it to kind of be like, get you against Clare. And then her other one was, so who pays for the ring? So I believe that I believe the agreement. So there's a guy I said earlier, Neil Lane. He is exclusively the man who, like, he designs wedding rings and engagement rings and stuff like that. But he's exclusively with The Bachelor. That's who they bring him out every time there's a proposal on Bachelor in Paradise, on all the Bachelor and Bachelorette shows. They sit down, pick out the rings with him. And I believe they get to keep the ring. I think the show pays for the ring. The couple only gets to keep the ring if they stay together. So if they break up, they have to give the ring back. So it's kind of like, I don't think they pay for it until, I think production pays. But they probably have some kind of deal with him or something. But I think it's only if they probably stay together for so long. And luckily, there have only been a handful of couples that have actually lasted. Only one Bachelor actually has stuck with his final pick. And I think like 4 or 5 Bachelorettes. So, yeah. So I'm pretty sure production pays. I don't think the leads pay or anything. But I think it's more like loaned out until they break up, and then they just give it back. So, it's a good deal that they got. Yeah, let's kind of wrap it up with Tayshia.
Yes.
Tayshia.
So good.
She steps out of that limo looking smoking.
Oh, for real,
I was
man.
like, and I think I said it earlier, like the whole atmosphere.
No, we're leaving this up here for a minute.
Okay, the whole atmosphere changed.
It
was
absolutely
completely different. I honestly think it's kind of messed up that Chris didn't tell the guy. Okay, so he goes the next day and is like, I know you guys think your journey's over, but it's not. And Jason, I'm gonna switch it real quick. This man, Jason, who's in love with Clare, apparently, was just like, oh, how long do we have? And Chris is like, you have until tonight
Yeah.
to figure it out. I was like, and that's it. And all the guys were like, is it Paradise? Is it a Bachelorette? Like, what's going on? I don't think that's fair. I think they should have told them and gave them the option to opt out if they wanted, but all of them stayed, surprisingly. And one of the questions I was tweeting out was, are we going to bring more men in? And it looks like we are going to bring some more men in, so we're not going to be stuck with just 16 men. Because at that point, I kind of feel bad for Tayshia that she was just going to get like Clare's leftovers. Here are the leftover 16. So Tayshia, more rumors. Apparently, the rumors was that they called Tayshia in like 5 days into filming. I think
Like the very next morning after she met Dale.
I think it was after the first group date or so.
And
Or I think it was after the second group date, which I don't know what the timing is. That's when they claim it was after the second, when she didn't give the group date out. That's when they were like, we called her in, but the timing doesn't add up. There's rumors going around that they knew that they wanted 2 bachelorettes because the show's been getting pushed back. Like, it was supposed to air in May, and they want ratings, of course. And there's rumors that it was that time. Like, yeah, I don't really know. But she was definitely there earlier in quarantining for 2 weeks, probably.
who are we talking about now?
Tayshia.
Tayshia! Man. Oh, girl. I mean, sorry, but holy shit, she's fucking gorgeous, man.
She's beautiful.
Word.
Yeah, so do you think the guys are going to be excited? So the episode ends with her kind of talking to Chris and kind of being nervous. We don't get to see the reaction, of course. Perfect ending to the episode, right. Honestly. I was like, no, I want to know. Do you think the guys are going to know who she is? Do you think they're going to be disappointed? Like,
I was about to say, the guys who are familiar with Bachelor franchise and do know who she is already are going to be excited. The guys who don't know much about anything and aren't really familiar with her, they're gonna be excited, but on the, just like, she's beautiful. Yeah, let's give this a go. But the guys who are aware of who she is, I think they're going to be really excited and stoked because, obviously, like we've said, she's gorgeous, but she's got a pretty killer personality.
Yeah,
she's a fun chick.
I definitely think she was the right choice to do this because she's different than Clare. Obviously, like, the personalities are just different, and she is just bubbly and exciting, and I think she's really going to hold herself very well. I don't think she's going to put up with bullshit.
No.
Obviously she didn't, and I think I would have had a different reaction if we didn't see her in Paradise with JPJ, because that was a couple I did not expect.
No, not at all.
And I have no idea what she's into. Like, I have no idea. And that's really exciting. Like, I can't pick out like who she's gonna like, who she's gonna be attracted to. I don't think she's gonna like Blake. I don't think she's gonna
I
like
was
Blake.
about to say, I'm really looking forward to her one-on-one conversation with Blake, because she's gonna inquire from each of the guys where they were at with her and all that, and he's gonna let her know that he's gonna not.
I bought a book on Alzheimer's and dementia.
He's not gonna be able to hide his hurt. And that's going to be his downfall. But I don't think she's going to like Kenny at all. I think for some reason, I don't think she's going to be into Kenny.
I don't think she's going to be into Kenny either.
Out of these guys that are left, based on the little bit that we've seen about these guys, which is Claire's fault, which one do you think, Tayshia, which one or two do you think Tayshia might gravitate toward the most? Yeah, take a drink of that wine.
I don't know anything about these guys.
Well, but based on what we've seen. which hasn't been much.
Honestly,
but I mean,
I'm
player. She, Easy. You think she'll be into Jason?
I don't think she'll like Easy, but I think she'll have a fun time with him.
Right.
Honestly, I'm really hoping it's Bennett. Like, I really hope it's Bennett. Like,
Darren says Easy gonna win, and his lovely wife Kaylin is all about the Bennett.
He'll know about Bennett.
Yeah,
it's gotta be Bennett. He's the weirdest one, and she likes weird, so it's gotta be Bennett.
I don't know.
I don't think he'll win, but I think she'll be intrigued by him because I'm sure he's gonna drop Harvard like instantly. So I think she'll be like, "Oh, Harvard." I don't know. Those are the only guys I can really.
Psycho?
Oh, that's Bennett.
Oh, it is. I have never. He's American Psycho, and will forever be American Psycho to me. So yes, Bennett. I don't know if he's got a good shot or not, but
the one guy.
He might be into that. Maybe I don't know.
The one guy, Ivan.
And she's got to go change. I don't know.
You know, the guy Ivan who like.
Louis says, I say she should just choose the cameraman and call it a show.
You know what's funny is that there was a contestant that like hooked up with one of the camera operators one time.
Up with them?
Yeah, like she got kicked off the show. Yeah.
Oh, off the show.
No, like during the show. Like
during
she was
filming the show, she hooked up with the cameraman or whatever.
I don't know if it was live when they were filming, but like she was a contestant on the show while she was on The Bachelor and like went off with like a producer or a cameraman. I think it was a cameraman. And they were like, you can't, like you can't be on the show anymore. They like kicked her off. Yeah. It happens. Y'all need to watch this show. Like there is so much craziness.
I have missed so much over the last 20 years.
That was a long time ago. That was a couple 10 years ago. Yeah, so we're excited for Tayshia. We can't wait. Do you think there's going to be a proposal?
Real quick, Kaylin said, Louis, yes, I want someone to fall for Chris Harrison, but isn't he married to one of the former Bachelor girls that was on a Bachelor season?
No.
I thought his wife she was a former contestant. It's the Survivor host is married to a former contestant.
Really?
Survivor. That's who it is. Never mind. My bad.
No, but Chris Harrison is dating Lauren Zima, who is a ET Entertainment Tonight correspondent.
All right.
Who is very much Bachelor correspondent all the time.
Juliana Pandy when she was Juliana Pandy. That shows my age.
Wow. Okay, so let's get out of here.
In her prime, dude. My senior year, Juliana Pandy was in her prime.
Oh, Tayshia. Yeah, Chris Harrison is not married. And I honestly said the same thing last night. I was like, if Chris Harrison was to walk in, I think I'd just be like, never mind. I'll take him. Okay, so we're excited to finally, hopefully, get a normal Bachelorette season. I don't know. I really don't know at this point.
Who knows?
I think it will be fun. I think it's going to be fun.
Me too.
It's going to be, hopefully the next episode or two is more light and not so much drama. Because we saw it with Peter's season where every episode was so much drama, and it just gets draining after a while. Like, I just want to go back to like stupid crap that doesn't matter, and just the tropes and all the different things that I know and love. And I kind of hope I think that will happen. I don't think Tayshia will disappoint us.
I don't think so either.
So can't wait for next week. J Wade, where can people follow you?
Y'all can follow me all the way to my home as long as you bring a 6-pack of Bud Light with you. Just kidding. You can follow me on the Twitter at JWade1134. That is the letter J, WADE 1134. Sarah, take another sip of that wine.
Ooh, you can send me a nice bottle of peanut. No, I was kidding. You can follow me on Twitter at SCBOC, SSEABOCK. Oh my gosh.
Sips of wine.
Gosh, Please don't follow. Please don't fire me. You can follow this.
You're the host. Who's gonna? Oh, Josh, fire you.
As I said, Josh, don't fire me.
Anyway,
You can follow.
Tell everybody where they can follow you at.
Oh my gosh, this is a mess. You can follow me on Twitter, my personal Twitter at scbuck, which I just said. And then you can follow this show on their own Twitter, which I also tweet out all the time. Oh, I try to. It's Go Get That Rose, same as the title. You can also follow Merc with a movie blog on Movie Blog Merc. Find all the shows on anywhere you can find podcasts. Honestly, you can go back and re-listen to this episode. Listen to us talk. Listen to our old episodes.
Rate, sub, please.
I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk.
She's not drunk, guys. She's just a little bit buzzed.
This is just how I am. Anyway, wait until the end of the season and we shall see. Okay, we will see you next week when we cover Tayshia's start as the Bachelorette. Whoop whoop. See you then. Bye.